my name is Cherie and I'm a second year student at Central St. Martin studying on the BA Fashion Print course. We have 1 week until the end of term to make a garment for our Vice Chancellor, Grayson Perry. I'm a little bit nervous, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so first things first. Being on the fashion print degree at Central St. Martin's means that we're not only designing the garments, but we're also designing the prints and fabrics and thinking about the colors that we're going to use in our final garments. For this project, my concept was all about indulgence, and what better metaphor for that than sweets and cake? I started out by casting some resin sculptures of pick and mix candy, and then I translated these into watercolor paintings. I also traced some images of frosting on cakes, which I developed, dyed, and laser cut into lace trims. This was a gradual process because it was my first time working with laser cutting, and I learned along the way that the thickness of a fabric really matters in how it drapes on the body. Let's rewind for a second. Actually, my approach to this project isn't as straightforward as it looks. Since we were designing for a real client, we had to make sure that he liked our prints. I had actually designed some print motifs, which I had planned on screen printing traditionally, but my fabric samples weren't really working in the way that I envisioned. It was a bit frustrating, but I guess it just goes to show that, especially in a creative process, you really have to learn and move on from your mistakes. So anyway, back to the watercolor paintings. I painted a few motifs based on the concept of cake and fruit turned poisonous, taking on ideas from Dante's Inferno and the Garden of Eden. Then I turned my attention to my paper patterns. So when we refer to patterns in the fashion industry, this usually refers to the paper templates that make up the shapes of your garment, whereas prints is more to do with the colors and the motifs that are on the fabric, for example, polka dots or stripes. Because I wanted to make an engineered all-over print that looked symmetrical, I needed to confirm the shape and silhouette of my garment, so I knew where to place all of my painted motifs. I made 3 toiles of the suit jacket. Toiles is really just a fancy word for prototype, which is usually made in calico fabric that has a similar weight, drape, and thickness to the final fabric that you're going to use to make your final garment. Once I had corrected all of my fit issues and spoken to my client and my tutors about how to support the garment's internal structure, using a lot of boning, which sounds so naughty, but it's really just a plastic derivative of the whale bones that were historically used in corsets to keep their shape, as well as crin, which is kind of the same thing but in fabric form.